Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Bitcoin circus, pump my bags, is still full in motion. Here we go. This guy, Warren Davis, was he a Republican or something? What does that mean? Representing beautiful Ohio's 8th congressional district, serving on financial, what is that? Financial. Oh. Okay, so he's a Republican. Okay, so already that screams kind of vibes to Cynthia Loomis.
Congressman Warren Davidson is introducing a new bill to codify Trump's executive order for a U.S. Bitcoin reserve.
Okay, ask why.
Congressman Davidson joins me now. Congressman, a series of questions here. Number one, what is a Bitcoin reserve? What does it do? And how do you build it?
The fact that they threw them a bone with even just giving them the satisfaction of when Trump was announcing the Bitcoin, I don't even know, I don't think he called it a reserve, but the Bitcoin confiscation pile they're getting, for whatever reason, the packaging, the branding of it, they want it to be Bitcoin. And then there's the digital asset stockpile. Yet again, Bitcoin is its own thing, and they're accumulating it by robbing it back from people who robbed them, like fucking North Korean hackers and shit. Some guy was butchering pigs. They just accumulated like a couple $1 billion worth from him of Bitcoin.
Well, first of all, the president created a strategic reserve of Bitcoin in part because the United States government didn't have like a single custodian. You had every agency in the government that might have had an asset, seized an asset, or anything else, any kind of digital asset. They didn't have custody of it, so they were losing track of the private keys. So essentially, when you lose your keys, you lose. It's like losing a pile of cash. So they created an organized way and put it under Treasury to say, hey, we're going to have a single custodian for all of the Bitcoin, kind of like Fort Knox for crypto, right? Okay. And then they said, well, not all crypto is created equally. Bitcoin we want to hold on to. It's an appreciating asset over a long period of time.
Bitcoin.
Some
only
of these
Bitcoin.
Other things, we should just sell them off and buy more Bitcoin. But they wanted to do it in a deficit-neutral way.
Yeah, as it should.
And I think a lot of people have been like, well, how else do you put money in there? And so we're
introducing
legislation that not only codifies that executive order, so there's a common sense way to have custody for the Bitcoin and other digital assets, but you can contribute. So when you pay your taxes, you can pay your taxes in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is currency in that sense, and there's no capital gains. So for people that have held Bitcoin for a long time, they've experienced significant capital gains. When I first took office in 2016, Bitcoin was $500 or $600. Now, over 90,000. It's reached higher, but significant capital gains.
Oh, so interesting. They've been floating that idea around for almost the whole year. They kind of haven't been doing it more so lately, which is interesting. They say it, they get you excited to appease the fucking crypto crowd because they actually came out and voted with their vote. I feel like that statistic was somewhere that like a lot of the crypto guys, he got on board because he was up there. He was appeasing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. He was speaking at like the Bitcoin conference. He's like, we're gonna have the best, the greatest Bitcoin reserve. It's like the future of money, all this bullshit. And I remember at one of his classic clip, I think just at one of his rallies or something. I don't even know if it was specific, maybe to crypto. And he's up there, he's like, when I get in, I will fire Gary Gensler. The crowd, rah, they roared, yeah. And he's like, whoa. You can tell he's taken back. He's like, oh, I need to look more into this guy. Like, you guys want him gone that bad? Fucking crazy. I think once he saw that, he was like, whoa, these motherfuckers are passionate. Hold up. That's a group you want. But yet again, whenever you get these guys running around, Bitcoin only, you ask why. Yeah, but when I see these guys in Congress or whatever, and the Cynthia Loomises and everything, it's like, it's just so blatant. It's so blatant. It's just, you gotta find who the money is behind them. That's really all it comes down to. Yeah, and DAI, same boat. He goes, why do we have Warren Davidson or any other politician being ideologues in support of only one digital asset such as Bitcoin? Why not initiate policies for all digital assets? This is a free market economy after all, right? Not to these guys when they got certain backing, bro. Not to that. Because they don't want the free market. They don't want the free market. Because if it's actually a true free market, bro, Bitcoin does not. I don't know. It just doesn't. People say I'm delusional for thinking that, or anyone who kind of thinks that, but yet again, I don't fucking know. So let's see what he says. He introduced the Bitcoin for America Act. Yeah, no, it's for America. Yeah, it's not for my bags and my special interest bags. It's for America. You fucking scumbag. I sat down with him to talk about the
Today
bill.
I'm announcing
Oh, this is 21 minutes. Let's just hear a little bit.
that we're introducing the Bitcoin for America Act, and this deals with codifying the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Executive Order
Fuck
and
that.
eliminating capital gains tax if you want to pay your taxes with Bitcoin.
That I forgot he even said that part. Yo, when you say no, if you say no capital gains, my eye goes, hold up, because everyone doesn't want that. But that's what Trump and them were floating around is American-made cryptos would be tax-free. That rumor was floating for a good while, and but then yet again, you look at, I don't know, you look at the Trump's backing, World Liberty Financial, Tether, Bitcoin. They're on that sphere of it. Like I could see them caving and giving them that huge advantage because that would skyrocket the price if you announce that like there's no capital gains on Bitcoin. Yeah, that's a win. That's a fucking sidearm that they got ready, right? And if they ever pull that, that's a guarantee hit. Absolutely.
Now, a lot of hold on for dear lifers are going to, why would I part with my Bitcoin? I understand the concern. You don't have to, but you can. I started paying attention to Bitcoin back in 2012, 2013 when it was under $200. But when I came to Congress in 2016, I think a Bitcoin was $500 or $600. And you would think over that time, when it's peaked as high as north of $120,000, that some of my colleagues would have said, this guy might be right about some of these things.
Yeah.
But Congress is pretty stubborn. They stay the course. But think about that
only
in terms of
Bitcoin.
what it could do for a country that's $38 trillion in debt.
What does it do? What does it do? The number go up, but what does it do? That nothing else, nothing, no better ledgers. I don't get. There was someone in the comments on one of the last videos. He was like, "Oh my God, what was he saying?" That's what I mean. I just can't tell if these people are real or if they're like children, so they don't. I don't know. I just don't know, or they're real fucking people. But he was like, "Oh, the whole reason Bitcoin doesn't need utility just because it's so limited supply. Motherfucker, anything could be limited supply. All right, this is a 101 economic mic fucking exclusive. That's beyond limited supply. Give me 40 grand for it. That's it. You can say that about anything, bro. Just because it's limited doesn't mean it's valuable, bro." And then because he was like, "Oh, they can print more XRP." No, they can't. It's capped and it's deflationary. It's burned over time. That's what you want to hold. I mean, I don't fucking.
Think if the United States was accumulating Bitcoin since.
Am I high? I
2012.
Am I speaking a different language? Bitcoin Policy Institute. Bitcoin Policy Institute. We will talk good about Bitcoin. We got our congressman puppet. We're going to purport this. Give me no capital gains on anything, though, please. Please.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to BPI's Spotlight Series. For our very
VP butt
first
lift.
episode, we are so lucky to be joined by Congressman Warren Davidson of Ohio. Congressman,
Warren David.
thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's an honor to join you.
On
Thank you.
Rumble.
You've been really
Interesting Rumble, because Rumble kind of is in that same sphere of that, like, it just at least has that connotation of like that right-wing allegiance, because Rumble was allowing Bitcoin payments. You got to remember that all these guys like them and GameStop and shit, all, I'm not even gonna say like degenerate, but it's just like Rumble is not YouTube. It has kind of like its way.
really a trailblazer
You know what I'm
in
saying.
Bitcoin policy on the Hill, from self-custody with the Keep Your Coins Act to de minimis tax exemptions for everyday payments with the Token Taxonomy Act. But we understand today you actually have a special announcement.
Yeah, today I'm announcing that we're introducing the Bitcoin for America Act, and this
for
deals
America,
with
it's so good.
codifying the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Executive Order, and frankly, eliminating capital gains tax if you want to pay your taxes with Bitcoin.
Whoa!
Now, a lot of hold on for dear lifers are going to, why would I part with my Bitcoin?
That's my
I
argument.
understand the concern. You don't have to, but you can.
Fascinating. This is a huge announcement. Very, very cool.
that's pretty tough,
Would
though.
love to just sort of dig right into the bill. So tell us a little bit about the overall structure, maybe how you came to this idea and the thinking behind it. And
Is his
unpack
hair
it for us
real?
a bit.
Well, I'd like to give a little credit to Ohio former
I can't listen to
treasurer in
this.
the state of Ohio.
We made it 2 minutes and 8 seconds. I'm gonna need clips of this. I can't listen to this fucking guy, dude. You gotta get someone who's like charismatic about these things, or at least like a captivating speaker. That's like what it is. It's like the attention economy. Like, you gotta get the eyes on it. You gotta get the support. Like, if you just have these kind of like, I mean, granted, whatever. He's trying to like, oh, I'm legitimate because I've been in Bitcoin since 2013, and like you should listen to me because it's only gone up and shit. It's like, all right, what does it do? What does it do? Why only Bitcoin? Why only Bitcoin? Like, if you can't even acknowledge other technologies are better, like the technology is superior at this point in the game, then I just know you're lying about everything else. If you can't acknowledge that, like, what the fuck? Who's this guy? Oh, this is the guy with the fake hair. Well, not fake hair. He's got real, not fake hair. Where the fuck am I going? John McAfee revealed the creator of Bitcoin without directly saying it. Do you think he was correct?
I'm just going to hit you with this one, John. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto?
Doesn't want to be known, but if you want to find out, I mean, listen, everybody knows who was involved back then. In history,
Right.
Google,
Right.
you know, they got Dr. Adam Back. I mean, Craig Wright was there. A whole bunch of people were there. Who is Satoshi? Well, that's the author of the fucking white paper. I don't know if they flipped a coin, drew straws to say who writes it. But if you want to know which one it was, run some authoring software against it, because everybody involved, especially Dr. Beck, had written.
Guys, we gotta be real careful. It seems like he's spitting something right now. Like, there's a reason they whacked this guy. And they will nuke a YouTube channel for certain shit like this. We gotta understand who the hell these people are, because he's like, he's throwing it on the table right now. Support on Patreon. Just God forbid they ever nuke this fucking YouTube channel.
Dozens of technical papers. Let me give you some clues. In Satoshi's white paper, every word that has dual spellings for American and British English is British.
It's all British, yeah.
It's all British. Every sentence is followed by 2 spaces. Now, that's a minority choice in most papers, but 2 spaces. Now, there are only 2 of the accused who were British, and only one of those has 2 spaces in every one of his papers. Figure it out, people. It'll take you 15 minutes. But he doesn't want to be known. I'm not going to name it.
Whoa. Oh, dude, no. We got to be so careful with this channel, dude. Go support on Patreon, become a member, dude, because I'm actually, that's so fucking crazy this time in world where, like, I'm seeing people's YouTube just taking them down, not even telling them why they're taking them down. They take them down. That's it. You just lost everything. 100K work of fucking work. That's it. Wrapped up. That's some crazy shit. We got to look more into that, dude. There's a reason they whacked them. You don't just get whacked for no reason. Charles Hoskinson, founder of ADA, believes Bitcoin can reach 250K by the end of 2026.
Just this year was little markets go up and down, and crypto's not immune to the macro. We're still dealing with issues from the tariffs. We're still dealing with a great degree of economic uncertainty. Just this year was a little lackluster, but overall, I'm still very optimistic in the next 12 months. I think we'll clear most of this downside the next 2
Always pushing the goalpost.
quarters, and we'll be back up to $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2026.
Okay, so 2
By
quarters
the
you think
end
it's
of
going to take.
2026.
But the reality, if you look at some of the technicals here, the many watchers are saying, look, if you look at the time that it's taken since the last halving event of Bitcoin that occurred April 2024, this is typically what you see 400 to 600 days after, so more of a technical factor here. But I would say this time is a little bit different in the sense that we've had a whole bunch of ETFs that have been launched. Institutions are coming to this space. We've got an administration in the United States that is crypto friendly. Does that make a difference to any downscale that we could see here that typically could last a lot longer if it were not those factors in the backdrop?
Well, I mean, it's a very different kind of bull market than the last 3 times that we had the 4-year cycle. I mean, the last 3 times it was retail-led, most notably in 2021, where everything reached an all-time high. But this time around, you have BlackRock and Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley and the U.S. government, all others coming in. And really, there's a big transition where a lot of assets that are in the crypto space are real-world assets. I mean, if you take a look at the growth of verticals like stablecoins, for example, we're over 250 billion issued, and it's going to be over $1 trillion by 2030. And it's kind of a soft dollarization of the developing world. And there's a lot of estimates that by 2030 to 2035, there's going to be about $10 trillion worth of equities and other assets, traditional assets in the cryptocurrency space.
Me coming at this as a layman, I understand very little about crypto. But one thing I'll take on faith that it's going to go back up to 250,000. I personally haven't got a clue. But do we need 18,000 different types of coin? This is my point. Okay?
No.
I mean, but Bitcoin, get it. Ethereum, get it. Solana, get it. Doge, whatever. But 18,000, Charles?
What do you think? What is your best guess? Do you think we need 18,000 of them when some of them are fucking named Fart Coin, Fupa Coin, Asshole Dust Coin? He who shall not be named probably has a coin. They all got it. Like, No, the answer is no. You don't need fucking 18,000 of them. Michael Saylor giving his updated Bitcoin price prediction. This is when he changed his tune a little bit, right?
About where you see Bitcoin hitting at the end of the year and in a year from now when we're back at this conference.
Well, I think Bitcoin's going to continue to grind up. I think the volatility is coming off of it as the industry becomes more structured with more derivatives.
The volatility's coming off of it, bro. We just had yet again another like 30% plus pullback.
And more ways to hedge it. Our expectation right now is end of the year. It should be about $150,000.
Yeah, buddy, we're sitting at 88K right now.
Equity analysts that cover our company and the Bitcoin industry right now. I don't know why it won't grind up to $1 million a coin over the next 4 to 8 years.
I hope.
I would think not less than 4, not more than 8. And of course, my long-term forecast is it goes up about 30% a year for the next 20 years, and we're headed toward $20 million Bitcoin.
Michael, thank you so much.
Yeah, what the hell? You put someone nothing against this lady, but you put someone in front of them that like isn't even going to ask like a rebuttal question, like, okay, how is it going to do that? Why is it going to do that? Like Michael Saylor said it's going to go up, so it's going to go up again. Okay. I mean, I hope it goes up because it helps the whole market, but it's like, just can we have the fucking free market now at this point? Can we get the legislation so like business can actually like boom, flourish? Still so many headaches. The fact that the SEC didn't even sign off any of these ETFs, I think they're just going based off yet again that like 20-day countdown when they change the paperwork, then it gets implemented. You're like, what the fuck is the SEC doing? Could today's crypto giants vanish like Lycos? I don't even know what that is. Even top cryptos like Ethereum might fade if they can't stay relevant long term. Any business, like people think this is so immune to it because they've had the first mover advantage. How many companies in fucking history had the first mover advantage and we no longer, like, what the hell are you talking about?
One of the things that I always...
What do you think they're gripping at straws trying to get the government to fucking sign something to keep their pony boy alive? They need it specific. They need all the liquidity going there because that's where their interest is.
Try to think about in all of my frameworks, whether it's like Ethereum or Zcash or Bitcoin or whatever, is this Lycos?
I don't even know what Lycos is. I assume something irrelevant now.
Right? Like Lycos was the #1 search engine in 1997. Doesn't exist today. And
Lycos
that's one of the things I always just try to think of. And, admittedly, like always scares me with ETH, like, is this fucking Lycos? Right?
It might be.
I hope it's Google and not Lycos.
Yeah. That's the question. That's the question you should ask when you look at these projects. Is it Google or Lycos? Because I don't even know what the fuck Lycos is. This is Hester Pierce on the Ripple XRP case. I don't know what date this came out. Oh, 2 hours ago. Oh, here we go.
So let's talk about the
I think
Ripple case.
We can finally talk about it.
Oh shit! Come on! Don't be a talking head.
So Commissioner Pierce,
legit.
There's gonna
not this guy.
be a lot of the XRP army listening here. Why was this case brought in the first place? Was it just simply it was the Wild West days of the crypto market? The regulators, the industry, no one really knew what was going on. Just that this is a technology we're building, we're innovating. Was that the crux of it?
Well,
why can we never get people? Nothing against this guy, but like that is the $1 billion opportunity to get one of these guys that like knows what they're talking about with this case and get them in front of someone who has as much power as her and be like, you can word it in a nice way to try to actually get a response. Odds are they aren't going to answer it, but it like bring up a key detail of like a blatant conflict of interest you could just point to with Gary specifically going after them. Like you could just actually rattle off the facts and maybe get an answer out of her. They're never going to be legit.
As I said at the beginning, I can only speak for myself. Sure. And since I didn't support the case, you're probably not asking the right woman why we brought the case.
Right.
It was part of a broader effort that I was concerned about, which is using enforcement to try to write rules in a pretty difficult landscape.
Sure.
And so what I think would have made more sense is to think about how different projects were going about offering their tokens. And trying to get to a world where we did end up with better disclosure, but also where folks had the choice of whether they wanted to participate in these markets or not.
Yeah, leave people the fuck
alone.
What
do you think
about
that? Judge Torres's ruling? Secondary market sales are not securities, but she also said like certain institutional activities that Ripple did were considered securities. Do you think that's going to be eliminated, so to speak, because of the Clarity Act and things that are being put out by the SEC?
I mean, her ruling was pretty nuanced. So I think from a lawyer's perspective, you have to look at the nuance of that ruling.
Sure.
But I think that the point that case really underscores is that you can have a token that is not itself a security, but is offered in a transaction that is a securities offering. Sure. And so thinking about how that applies, I think that's really caused Congress and us at the SEC and others to think about what kind of rules make sense here. Congress, as you said, or as you alluded to, has the opportunity now to write a new framework.
Sure.
And so thinking about what kind of framework makes sense, it will definitely be done in light of the cases such as Ripple and other cases.
Yeah, just get it done, please. How about that? That's all I got to say on the matter. We're still talking about this. I mean, yet again, I'm some jackass sitting there talking shit, but I don't doubt that it's not a complicated manner, and you're dealing with powerful people, so I'm sure you'll probably get threatened one way or another. And that's it, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications to help out the videos and the YouTube channel. Join my group, The Minutemen, over on Patreon, linked in the description below. Exclusive videos there, dropping weekly, multiple of them. And it's where we can go if they ever decide to kill the YouTube channel. So I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one.